What up, KZ fans? Last time we talked about the KZ ears, I introduced you guys to the ZSTs. And by the way, I'm in Canada. We say Z here instead of Z. So if that sounds weird to you, just adjust. You'll be all right. So I ordered the ZSTs and I told you guys about them. And I got a lot of messages from you all that ordered yourself a set. You guys were sending me pictures and stuff. Like, it's really cool. So yeah, you're obviously big fans of these ears, rightfully so. They sound great for the dough. So I ordered myself another pair of KZs, the ZS3s. So these are going to look a little different than the ones you're going to see on Amazon or GearBest or wherever else you're choosing to buy them. And it's only because, along with the ears, I decided to upgrade the cable. I spent 18 bucks Canadian on upgrading the cable. And I also got these foam earbuds, or foam ear tips, I should say. I went with the red ones just because, you know, they look kind of funky, so I ended up going with the red ones. So they look like this now. And I'm just here to give you my review. So they cost about the same dough as the ZSTs. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think these came out before the ZSTs. Paid about 24 bucks for them. And my first initial listen to these with the original cable on them was they sounded really balanced all across the band. So the highs weren't harsh, the bass wasn't too strong, the mids were sitting right where they're supposed to be. It just seemed like kind of the perfect even mix. So it's just a really sort of pleasant, nicely EQ'd, even mix in your ears. If you're used to, if you're coming from, say, the 5s or something, or if you got a pair of 6s or something, if you put these on and you try them, you're gonna miss the bass response because they're not nearly as strong on these ones. But the highs are like perfectly set. So the headroom isn't too great, but you know, a couple notches up on your volume and you're just fine. But overall, like, they sound really nice and even. And the clarity on these is great. So a couple of days after I ordered these, I decided, you know what, because I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I said, you know what, these are only 24 bucks. The upgraded cable was only another 18. So like, you know what, let me order the cable and just see if it actually makes a difference. Now with this cable, man, there's like two teams. There's the wow team, and there's the I don't hear any difference at all team. So it's one or the other that you're gonna end up on. Everybody's ears are different. I can tell you straight up, man, like, I went into this expecting nothing from this cable. Swapped them out, put the thing on. Wow. Right away, I noticed that there was at least a 15 to 20% increase in everything. So the entire mix stayed the same, but everything just got bumped up about 20%. So I noticed a pretty significant increase in low end, so the bass sounded better. There was a bit of an increase in the high end as well, but it's almost like it hit a shelf. So there's no super harsh highs, you know, chopping your brain up in there. One thing I mentioned, man, this upgraded cable is worth trying on its own just because. They're only 18 bucks up here in Canada. They look cool, and here's the thing. You're either gonna notice a difference in sound or you're not. But I think they're worth the dough just because of this. Watch this. Boom. These things will not tangle up. The original cable that comes with these and the ZSTs, I kind of like the feel of them. There's this cool sort of rubbery type of feel. But man, pain in the butt. They get super tangled when you're trying to unwind them. You don't get that problem with these. This whole sort of thread kind of design that they're doing here is really cool. So it's worth just the convenience of them not getting tangled up to just try them. If they happen to sound way better than your old cable, bonus. Now I do still intend to buy a pair of ZS6s, or at least I did, just to try them out. And I say I did because a couple of days after I got these in, these came out. A friend of mine sent me a link to these, and we got super excited. These are the new ZS10s. 5 drivers aside. I don't know how they crammed 5 drivers in here, but these right now are their new top shelf ears. They're about 73 bucks up here in Canada. And apparently they addressed the sibilance issue that was in the 6s. So they kind of brought those down a little bit. You're supposed to get the same bass response as you do in the 6s. So, and then you get 5 drivers. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but we started drooling when we saw these, and this is gonna be my next pair of ears. I definitely want to try these out because they seem pretty exciting. Now I'm a big fan of these KZ ears, man. I think it's a really cool discovery that we've made here. And I just like what they're doing, man. They're making some really good sounding ears for dirt cheap. And, you know, a lot of us have gear to pay for, mortgages to pay, car payments, all that kind of stuff. Like, nobody's rich here, right? So we shouldn't have to spend a few $100 just on a set of ears to get decent sound on stage. So yeah, man, ZS3s, give them a shot. In the meantime, I'm gonna order these ZS10s. And they're not on Prime yet, so I'm probably gonna have to wait 6, 8 weeks for them to show up. But I don't care. I'm pretty excited about trying them out. Thanks for watching. Give these ears a shot.